Alright, hi guys, just gonna bring you a quickie for tonight. Just looking done quite a lot of forecasting tonight actually, so trying to bring everything together and look really what we're gonna do. So first of all, I just want to tell you what we're gonna do. Really, we're gonna have a look at a lot of things. Look at the rainfall next few weeks. I'm also gonna look at the next the conditions. Gonna look through some models as well and take you through them as well. Interesting runs for models in the last few days. Very interesting runs. We had easterlies, westerlies, northerlies, and southerlies for Christmas Day. So very uncertain at the moment, and not much agreement out there at all. So as I say, I'm just gonna take you through what I'm gonna take you through first. The heavy rain. I just want to mention first, much thank you to weatherweb.net. They have a great site there. I'd recommend if you go there and have a look. Very good site there, and thanks very much for letting us use their charts on the videos online. So this is the GFS on GFS operational from 12Z today. So this is the 12 o'clock run, and it's showing that heavy rain, lots of it across the south there, bringing out lots of heavy rain through southwest England, Cornwall, and Devon, running up through parts of Ireland, Antrim into County Down, and also through parts of western parts of Scotland. Now I have got something to rely on charts. It's much easier to conduct the actual forecast than just looking at a map like that. But I will be using the old map there, so don't think this is going to go run away too fast from you now. Right, so yeah, lots of heavy rain going on. You can see here, this is just look at the purple line here. There's a 50mm line that runs up most of the country. Actually, is in that line. Places escaping on northern Scotland, but the GFS run is actually bringing in more blocking, and it's making that wind. So that's why I think the totals on the eastern part of Scotland are not accurate as the 6 o'clock one this morning, which does bring out heavy rain further eastwards. Now, just want to run you through the GFS operation 6-hour rainfall. We are getting that hit of heavy rain, the first one moving in there. You can see it coming there overnight tonight, and you can see it on the radar already, that heavy rain coming in. And as you go through the model tomorrow, well, it does show that heavy rainfall across many areas, but tonight that heavy rainfall will arrive in the south here. We could see a good 30 to 40mm of rain here, and then through tomorrow it takes that heavy rain northeastwards and brings another dose in across southern areas. There's another little sort of shortwave trough left exit region of the jet here, and these little shortwave areas of low pressure. You can see that little kink there in the rainfall. That's probably representing the isobar there, and that's lots of heavy rain running right through the country. This is a total of 50mm in just 3 hours. So this is very intense stuff coming in here. And as you run the model through, well, it sticks it around and it gives it a good dose across northern England and parts of Scotland as we run through the model, and then it tends to die away. The reason why we're getting all this rain actually in the next few days is because we've got a large area of blocking area of high pressure out to the east there, a large blocking high out to the east there, and that's just zipping in some cooler air from the east, and low pressure here which is zipping in milder air from the southwest. Now, as we get a convergence zone here, is across the United Kingdom here, well, this is the recipe for some very heavy rainfall. And given that we are on that left exit region of jet at the moment, these little sort of shortwave areas of troughs are being fed by this area of high pressure and this area of low pressure, but also the significant temperature gradient at 850 HBA. We've got +5s over here and -5s over here, so very significant therefore heavy rainfall across much of the country. And sorry for those, sorry to dampen your Christmas spirit. Really, we will be seeing a lot of heavy rainfall, so do give my sympathies out for people affected by that. So yeah, that's the first set on Thursday through to Friday, and then to the weekend really we're seeing more of this heavy rain come up, another more organised band affecting more widespread to Northern Ireland, south of Scotland here. We could see a good dose of rain. Those oranges there really showing that, and as we go through, the rain does stick around and we get more doses coming again. Some of this could be quite heavy, some of this could be quite persistent, and even possibly a little bit thundery at times with such a difference in the 850 HPA temperatures and some squally conditions as well. Right, that's a full run there. And also this is the GFS 12Z run, but actually this is the 12Z run. It's bringing more blocking out to us. And just want to run through the conditions at 2 hours. Tonight's going to be quite a frosty, foggy sort of night. Fog here in Manchester, which is tending to die away. Quite a murky night, especially for places like Flintshire, running up through the northwest Midlands into Liverpool area, Harwarden Station, Liverpool Station, giving dense fog at the moment, and also through places like Northamptonshire, running up through the Wash into eastern parts of Lincolnshire as well, and also down these eastern coasts as well as eastern parts of Scotland, seeing some low visibility, and also into parts of Wales as well. But the visibility is greater, is better across western parts here. The isobars are closer together here, which indicates less fog here, but really the isobars are very spread out across many parts of the United Kingdom. And with this quite a moist air. We could see a good foggy night. And then tomorrow morning, well, the winds do increase from the west, and this area of low pressure here giving its first hand of heavy rain. And you can see by tomorrow, Isobar's closely back there, indicating a breezy day, especially I think for western coast and hills. Could see gusts of 40 miles per hour tomorrow. And then to go through into tomorrow afternoon, well, the rain never really dies out, does it, across northern Scotland? Residual rain here also coming into Northern Ireland, but then there's another shortwave feature here. This little zappy little bugger here moving up through the country could bring another 50 millimetres of rain to some parts, especially for southwest England, southwest Wales. And see here actually a proper area of low pressure developing there, so yeah, quite an evil trough coming through there, and that could bring a lot of heavy rain, I think, through the course of Thursday and up into northern Scotland as well. Isobar's spacing out through towards Thursday, so could see a little bit of fog returning, but generally quite strong winds. And notice here the isobars are coming in from the low countries into northern Scotland, so cooler here, and some of this here could start to turn to sleet on the high ground. And even I think as we go through onto Friday, I think some of this could be turning to sleet, especially probably snow on the high ground, probably up above 400 metres at this stage. So definitely I think some snow with this blocking the higher pressure out to the east here. Could see some snow with this, and this area of low pressure out to the south here is something that you need to keep your eye on. Keep your eye on for this as well. Heavy rain moving in. It takes another short of low out to France, and this develops here to give a lot of heavy rain there, but generally the focus here is southeast England being, I think the general motto really is southwestern parts of the country being bashed and lashed with these strong winds and rain. Very heavy rain for some parts could present its, probably almost certainly present its hand in terms of flooding. And as I go through on the weekend, really that sort of theme persists, but if you look out to the east here, you can see this area of high pressure here. The 12-day run is making this quite a strong feature. Just pray that this will happen. If it does, it'll be a nice Christmas. That's Christmas Day there from the GFS, and from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, it brings this front here, this one front into western parts. It kills it off, really, as it brings it into the area of high pressure. Just residual rain and sleet in the west, and this southeasterly flow here is something to be of interest. Of course, eastern parts could be quite cold on Christmas Day, but I think this is quite unrealistic. I think Christmas Day, right, for Christmas Day, I think temperatures are going to be on average, alright, for Christmas Day. Alright, so there's an average for Christmas Day. I think we're going to see a west-northwesterly flow for many, bringing you wintry showers, and these mainly of rain in this region. So in this region, they are mainly of rain, but in this region here, we could see some snow on lower levels and some snow on the highest ground up in this region here, possibly the North Pennines as well, seeing a little bit of sleet and snow on Christmas Day. But for many, it's going to be rain and temperatures around average. Possibly a degree or two below average. And if we go to Boxing Day, it's going to become much cooler actually for Boxing Day period. Temps probably, and then this cooling trend really is being picked up by most of the factors here, and this cooling right through to the start of January as well, and bringing significant cooling right through to the middle of January. And this cooling could turn into cooling turning into colding. This could turn into colding, and we could see some January blocking across the east there. It is looking quite possible that this could happen. I put this around 50 for the mild westerlies and the cold easterlies. That's not very good, is it? That's not a very reliable forecast. But I do think lots of things are pointing out for these westerly flows becoming stronger through much of the country. But still, this area of high pressure out to the east always presents its hand. That's a very big area of high pressure down to the east. It's presenting its hand in terms of that easterly flow, always threatening parts of the country through this period. Now, next thing was we are borderline going into a very cold period in the next few days, and generally I don't think it's quite good enough there. Quite good enough support from the analysis charts for that. Looking at the NL correlation as well, quite good support from them, but not really from the analysis charts either. And just want to take you through now to the ECMWF forecast. This is the ECMWF operational, and this is out for 28th of December. Let's go back to today. So this is today the 18th. We're bringing in a cool easterly across parts of Scotland, and a little southerly flow here. Quite cool actually. And see those little shortwave troughs here, these little kinks in the isobars here, indicating those fronts and those troughs of low pressure. Really heavy rain across many parts of the country as we go through this on the ECMWF. And the ECMWF builds this ridge here out across western parts of Europe, collapses the ridge out into the east at 500 millibars across eastern parts of Europe, and then we see this trough showing its hand here and making it cooler into Christmas Day and cooler through onto the no man's land and through on into that spare week, I call it spare week, through into the 28th. So the Christmas week looking quite cool actually from this chart, and probably going to see still on the high ground of Scotland, but generally with this flow here is quite a mild flow, so we usually look about 1,500 miles for the source of air, and it's generally across the mid-Atlantic ranges, so generally I don't think too much of a fuss there. And as we go back to that chart there, it's showing this trough, this ridge here in Europe is being collapsed too quickly, I think, from the Eastern WF operational. So this is not good enough here. We've got stratospheric support, we've also got lunar support. I don't think that's going to collapse so easily, and we're given such the intensity of the high pressure moment and such how reliable it's been. Really, this air high pressure, it's been very dominant across eastern parts of Europe, so it will take a lot to shift this out of the way. I think the Eastern WF is bringing in these troughs too quickly, making the jet stream a bit too strong actually. And if we go a bit too much of a feature across the western parts, and the position is not quite right on this jet here. Just look at the grey line there, that's the jet there, that's 528 there, and generally I think the jet is the position there is a bit too bad. But if we run this model through, see this ridge here out in the east, this is pumping warmer up here and continuing to develop this sort of pattern. And if we run this model through to the start of the new year, probably turn cooler with a northerly flow, and that's what I think is going to happen. It's going to turn cooler with a northerly flow, a light northerly flow, and probably a trough ridge here, so the air originating from northern Greenland, so definitely quite a cool outlook there. And if we go through to the London 850 HBA temperature, well, it's bringing us that mild theme with that through the 23rd, and then we go through to Christmas Day, well, it does drop them off, doesn't it, through towards the no man's land and through towards Boxing Day. It does drop them off considerably, and this is indicative of that westerly flow showing its hand again and being more of a presence. And as we go through to the ACMWF ensemble model, you can see here that it also shows this westerly flow coming back in. We're just going to run right to the back there. It shows this the westerly flow coming in from the ECMWF ensemble. The ECMWF operational today is pretty well backed up in its member suite, so you have to look at this and say, well, this could be quite reasonable to happen. And if we go to the GFS ensemble as well, same sort of story with those westerly feeds coming back in. I think this is a bit too much of a westerly feed though. This is a bit too mild. This is very mild in fact for the sort of generally this ridge here and the southwesterly flow coming out from the mid-Atlantic ranges for some. So definitely I think that warming period picked up on the GFS ensemble by the start of the end, but I don't think this is going to happen at all. And the GFS is really picking out on cold weather. If we just look at Manchester there from in fact no, we're not going to look at Manchester, let's look at London. If we look at London from the CF, this is one weather.net there, and if we look here, you can see it really dipping off through towards Boxing Day and through to no man's land. This is indicative of the blocking air high pressure out to the east and a northerly feed. So this GFS is really showing this, and then it brings temperatures back up through the start of January and cools them off again. And this sort of cooling off period, I think I'm going to go for through the start of through the end of December. I think it's going to temperature going to take this sort of trace here. I think at the moment they're about right. This is the average line here. So this is around average. Oh my. Right, this is the average line here. Right. So this is the average line. Oh, that's not right, is it? Right. So this is the average line here. Right. So see, it doesn't actually drop off. This is February. This is start of January. This is the start of January here, and this is the start of December here, and this is where we are at currently. So temperatures have been below average through the start of December, and we've started to pick them up a bit, and we are going now towards above average. That's gonna go down though to around average, and then below average through the no man's land, and then probably staying through this cool sort of theme here, and then temperatures picking up slightly, but staying rather cool though right through to January, and then probably getting cooler here and coming close to the level we had in the beginning of December, or possibly beating it, coming down here to about 3 degrees below the average. And CET for the start of December, for the middle of December, has been quite below average, and then picking up again towards the end of January here and start of February. So I do think this is probably quite probably the best thing that I can do at the moment to give you in terms of the long range forecast. Very hard and very sniffy forecast from the models. They're all bouncing around from mild to cold to warm to mild, so it's very hard to lay your finger on this and say what's going to happen. Models are being very unreliable in the last few days, particularly GFS operational. And has the GFS operational come out on this site yet, please? Let's see if the GFS operational has come out on this site yet. Doesn't look like it has. So guys, so you're gonna have to leave you with that then and say, well, it is gonna be quite cool for the next few weeks. Definitely going to January and start of January, going to be quite cool. And through no man's land is going to be quite cool as well. Christmas Day, temperatures around average, westerly feed, probably some winter showers on the high ground in here this region, but generally it's going to be rain. Just do watch out for that heavy rain. Of course, many hours. Remember I told you why that's happening. High out to the east, low out to the west in this convergence zone. Really, a lot of heavy rain. Of course, central areas, particularly southwestern areas as well, through to southwest of England, because you get a lot of heavy rain here, as stated on the GFS operational model. So yeah, do watch out for the heavy rain. Surface water flooding, definitely inevitable in a very heavy burst. And if we get that persistent heavy rainfall that we are looking for, we could unfortunately see some river flooding. So there's some homes damaged by the floods. Could get some flooded people. I'm very sorry about that. Through towards the run up to Christmas. Yeah, so you can catch me on Facebook. Let's bring you up, and also you can catch me on YouTube. That's where you're watching right now, and you can just go to youtube.co.uk there, cast an amazing weather channel. Keep yourself up to date on the weather. I am just a hobby person, just delivering forecasts for fun. Right, that's the main motto of this site: forecast for fun. So don't take this seriously, just a bit of fun, and trying to just do this for a bit of interest, really, a bit of enthusiasm, a bit of hobby. Right, so thanks very much for watching this site, and I'll see you later.